Welcome to a slow, beginner-friendly lesson on methods versus functions in Python, made for absolute beginners. Two ways, side by side. Today we compare two ways of doing the same job in Python. Sometimes a tool is attached to the object, hello.upper is a method. Sometimes a tool stands alone, len of hello is a function. Both do work on the string. Why the difference? When do you use which? We answer with many small examples, side by side. By the end, you will read both forms without confusion. Same job, two shapes. You learn that the dot reaches attributes and methods on an object. Today we compare methods with standalone functions. A method belongs to the object, you write the object, dot, method name. A function stands alone, you write the function name, then pass the object as an argument. Both do work. The difference is where the tool lives. Where the tool lives, sometimes the tool lives on the object. Sometimes it stands alone. Today we tell them apart. Both reach the goal. Here is a method call. Hello.upper gives back hello. Hello.lower gives back hello. The tool, upper, lives on the string object itself. You write the object first, then the dot, then the method name, then parentheses. The string owns the tool. You are telling the string to do something to itself. Object owns the tool. Here is a function call. Len of hello gives back 5, the length. Type of hello gives back str, the type. The tool, len, stands alone. You write the function name first, then pass the string as an argument inside parentheses. The function does not belong to the string. It takes the string as input. Tool takes the object. Here they are together. Method, object.method, parentheses. Hello.upper, the string owns the tool. Function, function name, object inside parentheses. Len of hello, the function takes the string. The difference is where the name goes. Method starts with the object. Function starts with the tool name. Read the shape and you know which is which. Read the shape. A method belongs to the object. A function belongs to the language. The difference is ownership. Belongs versus standalone. Why does Python have both? Methods belong to a specific type. Upper only makes sense on strings, you cannot upper a number. Functions work on many types. Len works on strings, lists, dictionaries, anything with a length. When a tool only applies to one type, it is usually a method on that type. When a tool applies broadly, it is usually a standalone function. Specific versus broad. Len is a function because it works on many types. Len of a string gives 5. Len of a list gives 3. Len of a dictionary gives 2. Same function, different types, same meaning, how many things are inside? If len were a method, every type would need its own len method. As a function, one tool serves all types that have a length. One tool, many types. Upper is a method because it only makes sense on strings. Hello.upper gives hello. But 42.upper raises attribute error, numbers do not have uppercase. Upper is attached to the string type because it is a string operation. You will never call upper on a number, Python prevents it by not giving numbers the upper method. One type, one tool. Sometimes a method and a function do the same job. Sorted is a function, it takes a list and returns a new sorted list, the original is unchanged. Sort is a method, it sorts the list in place, the original changes. Both sort. The function returns a new list, the method modifies the existing one. When both exist, the difference is usually about whether the object itself changes. Return versus modify. Sometimes there is a method and a function for the same job. Neither is wrong. No both. Neither is wrong. Look carefully. Sorted of nums returns 1 2 3, and the original nums is still 3 1 2, unchanged. That is the function way, it returns a new list. Nums.sort changes nums itself, after the call, nums is 1 2 3. Sorted is safe, sort saves memory. Both are correct, choose based on whether you need the original. Safe versus efficient. Read each form out loud. Function, name first. Len of hello. Sorted of nums. Method, object first. Hello.upper. Nums.sort. The shape tells you who owns the tool. When the object comes first, it owns the tool. When the name comes first, the tool is standalone and takes the object as input. Object first or name first. Here is a quick guide. If the tool is a method, write object.name, parentheses. If it is a function, write name, object inside parentheses. When you are unsure which form something takes, try dir of the object. If the name is there, it is a method. If not, it is probably a built-in function like len or sorted. Python's error messages will also tell you quickly if you got the shape wrong. Try dir, try built-in. 2 mistakes when you mix up the forms. Hello.len, Attribute error, because len is not a method on strings, it is a built-in function. Upper of hello, name error, because upper is not a standalone function, it is a method on strings. When you get one of these errors, flip the shape. If object.name fails, try name of object. If name of object fails, try object.name. Flip the shape. Quick self-check. Can you look at a line of code and tell whether it is a method call or a function call? Can you use len, sorted, and type as functions? Can you use upper, lower, and sort as methods? Can you explain why Python has both forms? If any feels shaky, rewatch that part. Read the shape. Methods belong to the object, you write object.name, parentheses. Functions stand alone, you write name, object inside parentheses. Methods are type specific, like upper on strings. Functions are broad, like len on anything with a length. Sometimes both exist, like sorted and sort, the difference is whether the original object changes. That is the whole comparison. 4 lines, both forms. Next lesson we practice. We focus on string methods, the tools attached to text. Upper, lower, strip, replace, split, join. Many small examples, one method at a time. No new big topics, just hands-on practice with the dot on strings. When that feels comfortable, you have crossed from theory into everyday Python. Hands-on with strings. If you want a quick practice, try both forms on the same string. Hello.lower, a method call, gives back hello. Len of hello, a function call, gives back 5.
Hello.replace with lnw, a method call with arguments, gives back huo.
Method, function, method. When you can switch between both forms without thinking, you understand the difference. Both forms, one string. Thanks for comparing methods and functions with me. See you in the next lesson on string method practice. Both are yours.